welcome to this episode of Tasty Tuesday. Today we're going to be making a special dish. It's very close to my heart because one of our volunteers, Roberta Ershman, shared this recipe with me, and Roberta has passed away, but she used to be a big help when it came to working at the Cumberland County Fair with take-in. And Roberta was from France, and she shared her quiche recipe with me. It's absolutely wonderful. It's really simple. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients in it, but it's super yummy. And I wanted to share that recipe with you today. I have gone ahead and got my bacon ready, but it calls for a fourth of a pound of bacon and fried. And how I did that this morning, I don't know if you've ever cooked your bacon in the oven before, but I'll just get a broiler pan and put my slices of bacon in there in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes, and it comes out perfect. So it calls for a fourth of a pound of bacon, and then we have 3 eggs, and then a half a cup to 1 cup of creme fraiche. Now in Roberta's recipe, she's actually shared how she makes homemade creme fraiche. So that's what I used. You can buy creme fraiche, and you'll see different recipes online. You have heavy cream, whipping cream, and you'll add a bacterial culture to that, and we're adding sour cream. That's what her recipe calls for. Her recipe is 1 cup of heavy cream to 1 cup of sour cream. But you may see heavy cream with buttermilk, you may see it with Greek yogurt, but we're using what Roberta used. And she's actually using a cup of sour cream. And the way you do that, this is what it looks like. I actually made this yesterday, and I actually used some of it this morning because I went ahead and made a quiche. But this creme fraiche will make at least 2 quiches for you. You're supposed to add your whipping cream and your sour cream together, and you need to let it sit out anywhere from 8 hours to 24 hours. And the longer you let it sit, the thicker and tangier it's going to be. Now hers is a little thick compared to some you may see on the internet. But I think this is what makes her recipe so good, is the creme fraiche. So yesterday when I made it, I let it sit out about 8 hours before I left to go back home. So I've taken it out, and this is just a regular pie crust. This isn't a deep pie crust, and we're not going to cook it. We're going to add our ingredients to the raw pie shell. So I've got my bacon ready. And again, it had a fourth of a pound of bacon. I've got a little more than a fourth of a pound in here. I like bacon. And also her recipe you can add fried mushrooms to it if you like. It's optional. So we're not going to do that today. But if you would like to add little fried mushrooms to it, you would just add them to the bottom of your crust with your bacon. So we're just going to spread our bacon out on the bottom. Kind of even as as you can. And then we're going to mix up our other ingredients that goes into our quiche. And remember, we had 3 eggs here, so I'm going to beat these eggs together. Okay, and it called for 1 1/4 cup of grated Swiss cheese. So I went ahead and grated my own cheese. It just melts better than your pre-shredded cheeses. So there's our 1 1/4 of our grated Swiss cheese. Now it has, again, anywhere from a half to a cup of creme fraiche. So I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup, kind of in between the two. And your creme fraiche should last in the refrigerator anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. Should, stay good for that amount of time. And the little notes that Roberta left for me, she will normally make her creme fraiche the day before, and then she would make her a quiche the next day, and then save the rest for maybe another quiche later on. But we went ahead and made 2 today because I know there's people in the office that's going to want some quiche. So we're just adding 3/4 of a cup. And though I have a little bit left, I could probably make another quiche. I actually get 3 quiches out of this. And then we have a dash of salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle some salt in there. A dash of black pepper. And then a dash of nutmeg. So we'll sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg in. And then we're just going to mix these ingredients together. Just beat them together. And also, when you are making your creme fraiche, the recipe tells you not to put your saran wrap. You want to put it loosely on there. You don't want to put it tight. You want to let it breathe. And it's better to put it in either a plastic or a glass dish as opposed to metal. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pour this mixture right over the top of our bacon. Super simple. Probably the longest thing that's going to take is your bacon. It's cooking your bacon. And you know, with your quiches, you can add broccoli, spinach if you want to, but we're making this exactly how Roberta makes it. And it is so yummy. I remember she actually made this for me when I was pregnant with my daughter. They gave me a little surprise baby shower and she brought it and it was just so good. And I really hope that, you will try this recipe. We're going to put it in the oven, and my oven is preheated, 375, and we're going to cook it for 40 minutes. And all righty, we'll just wait till she comes out, see how she looks. All right, our quiche is out of the oven. It looks super yummy, and I've gone ahead and kind of cut it a little bit. And there she is. I can't wait to taste it. One of Roberta's favorite sayings was "ay, ay, 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 ay," and this is that, Roberta. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. It's really, really good quiche. Simple quiche. The longest thing it's going to take you to do is to cook your bacon. So see you next time on Tasty Tuesday.